Everyone needs a Chibi Kaiba in order for you to get through your mornings. No one needs the cup of coffee, you just need a Chibi Kaiba. Don't believe in the heart of the cards. Ugh, depressing.
Hello again, YouTube. As promised, I am now going to unbox Seto Kaiba from the Vulcanlog series. Yay me! I'm still exhausted from yesterday having to do the videoing of the Blue Eyes White Dragon, editing it, and then just change internet providers, which has been awful. My loading time for a YouTube video used to be about 2 minutes, now it's upwards of 3 hours. Thank you, AT&T, for not giving me fast internet. Enough about my drama. I'm pretty sure all of you are clicking on this video because, well, you're bored. And 2, we are all fans of Seto Kaiba. Come on now. This is the Vulcanlog figure I have personally been waiting for. Because yes, we get Yugi, especially Yami no Yugi figures, constantly. We really rarely get a Seto Kaiba figure, which is kind of depressing because if you think about it, he's kind of maybe the second-ish main character, or at least the second cool one. Sure, we could put Joey in there, but please, we're going with Seto Kaiba because who else has a gravity-defying coat? Legit, I've tried to make his cosplay a few times, and I'm still trying to work out the gravity-defying coat thing going on. So once again, a little bit of a background on this figure, in particular, the Vulcanlog series of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Figures that have come out. Yugi and the Dark Magician came out last month, and then this month, the end of July, well now it's August, but when we received these, only Seto and the Blue Eyes White Dragon came out in the very last set. So now the whole Vulcanlog series is complete, unless for some unknown reason they start making a Joey figure or a Taya figure. Something along those lines. A Bakura figure would be excellent, though I highly doubt it's going to happen. Now between the 4 Vulcanlog Yu-Gi-Oh! Characters that did come out, Seto Kaiba seemed to be the most popular. And I was very sure that he was going to be the one that was going to be the hardest to find once all these figures were released. Actually, it is the Blue Eyes White Dragon that is very hard to find at the moment. A lot of places are selling out. Hobby Search, where I got this figure as well as the other figures, they are sold out of the Blue Eyes White Dragon. However, you still can get the other 3. The only place I know of at the moment that has a decent price for the Blue Eyes White Dragon, head on over to amiyami.com. Link is in the description below. And you can also get the Seto Kaiba figure over there as well. However, I must say that this particular figure, the pre-orders, shut down very fast. They shut down much faster than all the other 3 figures. So once it was released for pre-order, I want to say 1 month later, they shut down anyone else from ordering it. So I was convinced that this one was going to be the rare one. This one was going to be the one that pretty much you can't find after it was released. Well, I was wrong. That and probably everyone was a Seto Kaiba fan, so now everyone's going over to Hobby Search, taking up all the stock, and it's going to be sold out any moment now. Go! Go, people! Order! Find money underneath your couches! So if you're interested in getting your own Seto Kaiba figure, you can get it off of Hobby Search or amiyami.com for approximately 5,510 yen. This translates to approximately 53 US dollars, not including the shipping. With shipping, add about $20 to that, so you're looking at a total of $73 by the time this figure gets to your doorstep. Not too bad in the order of how figures cost nowadays, but I must say, you guys would really enjoy these figures. They're very versatile, their joints are very well made, their paint job has been excellent, and please, you can make so many cool battle scenes with them. I'm really looking forward to finally completing the collection here. And once more, enough of me blabbering, because we all want to get to the juicy part of opening this figure. So first I'm going to show you the box in detail, and then we'll go through, open it up, look at all the different parts that come with it, and then I will show you him in a couple of poses and finish off with some last-minute remarks. Let's get to it, guys! Yay, Seto Kaiba! So very, very similar to all the other Vulcanlog boxes, you have the the V shape, and within the V shape of the transparency, you see the figure and all the different types of parts that come with this figure. So unlike the Blue Eyes White Dragon, which only came with the wings, Seto Kaiba, the Dark Magician, and Yugi, they come with a lot of pieces. Different faces to change, different hands that you can snap in. So these are pretty fun to work with, but you also have to store all the tiny little pieces and make sure that you do not lose them. On the side, well, once again, the Japanese that I can't read, probably won't be able to read. I should really learn to take a Japanese class. No time. Once more, all the different ways that you can move the joints, how you move the joints. So once again, relate to my other videos on these figures. Pretty much all you have to know is that you just turn the joint 90 degrees in order for the arm to either go horizontal or vertical. Very simple, straightforward. It'll be fun. Learn. Backside. These are all the different poses or suggestive poses that you could put Seto Kaiba into. And another thing is that in the last series, when Yugi was released, it came with a special edition stand with like a card, and it said 20th anniversary, and it had the movie screen, the title, the poster of the movie that you can just easily display on the stand. So it's a little bonus if you ordered the humans from the series. And then down here you can see the other figures that you can get. Seto Kaiba is supposed to be with his Blue Eyes White Dragon. Duh, please. Come on, I know we've all watched the series here. And then at the top, all the different parts that hopefully come within your box and they did not somehow disappear in the middle of shipment. Wonder if that's ever really happened to anyone. And finally, on the side, we have that epic pose that's very nice for display reasons. Because once again, if you guys want to sell your figures in the near future because you're dying under a bridge somewhere and you just need money, well, you need the box. So it's a beautiful box to display if you line them up sort of like bookshelves. But yeah, once again, it's a pain to really store these. Top part, just to make sure it's authentic, we have the NAS sticker at the top. Always make sure that you look for a sticker, guys, because really this tells you if it's authentic. If it doesn't have the sticker, you have to start to wonder if it's really authentic or not. Strange, but very true. And now we will take a closer peek at every single little thing that comes out of this wonderful box. So let's get to it. And big close-up view. Hello, everyone. So once more, here is the box. And now we get to unbox it because that is the whole point of this video, now isn't it? So once again, with most of the Vulcanlog characters that I have received, excellent packaging. Very nice and very protective, so you don't have to worry if for some reason a steak knife comes out of the air. It has to go through the outside of your packaging box and all this plastic in order to reach your character. So taking off the protective layer, we will go through each tiny little piece of this wonderful kit. There we are. Bye-bye plastic. And the moment we mostly wait for is the actual figure himself. Everyone meet Seto. Hello. First impression, I know I say this a lot, but paint job, very, very well done. Sculpturing is also very well done. I love the grooves in his pants, his shirt, his coat. On one side note that I'm noticing right now is that whoever kind of did this seam right here was not to the best of their ability, I would say. It's even cracking a bit on the side. I'm not sure if anyone else's kit came the same way, so if you'd be so kind, if you got this figure, please note in the bottom in the description, does it look like this to you guys as well? That's really the only thing that is bothering me at the moment. Paint job is wonderful. I like how for the white part, it's very a shiny white. It's almost similar to what the Blue Eyes paint job was in the white areas. So a very metallic-y white, not just a blank pasty white. The inside of his coat is not as shiny as the rest of his coat. It's more of the pasty red formation that you would see. And I'm even seeing with this figure in particular just a little bit of a paint job problem. So about right here, and this hole is for the stand, I would assume, but right in this area there's a bit of cracking on the paint. you really won't see it too bad unless you're really up there looking close at it like I am. But once again, if any of you guys are seeing the same things, please feel free to share your thoughts in the description. But pant-wise, I always love the colors that they used for leather for Seto and Yugi. They did an excellent job to depict that the pants are leather, and they're way more shiny than his shirt. So his shirt is it's not shiny at all. It's just a very plain black. Nothing wrong with that. But belt buckles on the arms, same way, same color as his pants. Very lovely. And I do like the dual disc on his left arm. And this is a whole new entire dual disc, at least from what I hear, for the 20th anniversary movie. So I don't know too much about the movie. I only know a little bit and a pretty big spoiler at the end, but we will soon see once it comes over to the States. Facial features. Very grumpy. Just like Seto Kaiba. Yes, he agrees. But eyes are very well done. I do like the blank stare, the glare that he has. Mouth and nose features look good. Ears look good. Do love the hair. I've always wondered what type of hair product he uses to get his hair just so perfect. And joint-wise, let's just take a look quickly at his joints. At the moment when you get this figure, his arm will go off to the side horizontally, and it will bend vertically a little bit, given a little bit of force. But if you want it to be more direct and not so much of a challenge to really move his arm, you can easily go in, pop off his arm from his socket. There we are. And we have the little joint ball right there. So you can easily turn this just with your fingers, or if you can't do it with pliers, to a 90-degree formation. So this will allow for the arm to go more outward, more in a vertical fashion than what it comes with as a horizontal direction. So very simple, very straightforward, and a lot of people really don't move the joints that much unless you're really just into moving and styling your figures, but I'm fine with the way that he is right now. Now, joints on the knee part. Yeah, can you guys hear that? I had problems with Yugi and the Dark Magician with the sound. It doesn't bother me, it just means that the joints are stiff. Just like how everyone's grandma and grandpa, they have really stiff joints. Well, it's pretty much the same for these figures. If you want them to move more easily, less squeaky, just put a little bit of WD-40 on it, even a little bit of baby oil. Should not harm your figure at all. It'll just make it easier to move the joints. No big deal. If you want, at the moment, his knee kind of goes out, so sort of like he's kneeing someone. However, his leg does not go out to the side. So this is a perfect example that I will show you that if you pop off his leg, there's the joint in there, and if you easily just turn this little joint about 90 degrees, which hopefully I can do. Come on. Why do you do this to me? Alright, so not much of a big difference, but you get the point. I moved the joint 90 degrees. So let's just deal with it. So then attach it to the leg, and you will then see the leg goes out. Very simple, very straightforward. You guys can easily figure this out. And this is a very unfortunate pose for you, Seto. Sorry. And similar to the knee, you also have joints at the top here. Now, I'm not a big fan of where they place the joints for these figures. I really like it when they try and hide these joints, these little balls, and to the best of their ability. For these figures, they really didn't do it too well. With the paint job, it doesn't detract from the figure too much. I just wish that, sort of like with the Figma Yami Yugi figure, they did a very good job with hiding the joints in that one, and it did not bother me at all. These, not so much. But anyway, the whole leg comes off very similarly, and these are the largest joints within this figure. These are static joints, though, for Seto Kaiba. Reason that they did this is because of his gravity-defying coat here. Because you really don't want his leg going off to the side, it's just going to get stuck in his cape here. So not much use to really move this type of joint. Instead, I would just leave it the same, and ew. Yep, that one is very stiff. So I would assume just leave it, unless for some reason you really want to play with this figure and have him do a split for some reason. But for the moment, it's just going to be left. Now let's take a look at everything else that this kit came with. Yay! And always my favorite thing to discuss, the faces. We all love faces. I have a face, you have a face, we all have faces. At least I hope we all have faces. Seto Kaiba here comes with 3 different faces that you can easily interchange to your own liking. Though I must say, this one, even before I pre-ordered this figure, this one showed up so clearly on the pre-order list of all the little items that you would receive with this. And please, this has to scare some of you. This is what I'm pretty sure gained the title The Rape Face. I mean, I know he's laughing, but come now, you have to admit that's a bit creepy, correct? It's not just me. As for the other 2 faces, you have one that's going off to the side, looking out towards the left-hand side, with his mouth slightly agape. And the final face, you have kind of his classic signature smirk look, so you can kind of with the camera picking it up here, a little bit of the smirk going off towards the side, as well as his eyes going in the same direction. This one I will probably use the most just because I kind of like Seto Kaiba's traditional smirk. And yes, you can even choose the different types of hand gestures that Seto Kaiba can have. These first 2 are very similar to what he already has on his hand. So when you do get the figure, on his right hand it comes with an open palm. Very similar to the one that's also included, except this one would be for his left hand. So you can have both of his hands just relaxed, fingers outwards. And then on his other hand, it's a closed fist. The additional one comes with another closed fist, so you can also have both hands going into a fist formation. The only different hand that this kit comes with is the card holding hand. Now, these hands will hold a card very well. And just for example, I will take this out to begin with. Here's one of the cards that come with the kit. Holds it very, very well. So even if this kit manages to fall over somehow in the middle of the night, the card will most likely still be in the hand and not lost somewhere in the garbage somewhere. And we get to the tiny little pieces that everyone has to worry about, because these are the ones that usually are lost first when you get a kit. The transparent cards, and it makes it even worse that they are transparent because it makes them harder to find if they drop onto the floor. And they're very, very tiny. Doy. Now for those of you who got the Yugi figure, you'll notice that Seto Kaiba's cards are completely different than what you got from the Yugi figure. Yugi got these cards. So, solid cards, very original from the original series. However, all of a sudden now we're going for Seto Kaiba to a transparent card. I know it has something to do with the movie, and I'm not an expert on that movie yet. However, I just found it a bit odd how they didn't include the transparent cards with Yugi, but once again, something that we probably do not understand until we see the movie. But I'm also going to bring up an additional point here, is that with your Yugi figure that you received, is that he has sort of what looks like an original dual disc from the main series, whereas Seto, on the other hand, has some new technology that he obviously made that Yugi does not at the moment. So if you do get the Seto Kaiba figure, you're not going to get a dual disc like what Yugi has here. Instead, you're just going to get this very simple one, which is fine, and I do like the variety of it. And once more, with Seto Kaiba, you get the transparent cards. With Yugi, well, you don't. You get the original cards. Cool? Yes, sure. And what is this shiny, cool little PVC piece of plastic? Yeah, the first time I opened Yugi, I was wondering the same thing. Well, I dub this the action stand. I have no idea what the technical name for it is, but has a little wedge hole right here. And at the bottom of Seto Kaiba's shoes, each of these have a hole, as well as you can even insert it into the cape if you so choose. But very straightforward, very simple. Does take a little pressure to get it in there. Please get it in there. No, it does not want to go in. Ugh, this is why no one has holes at the bottom of their shoe. Really? I hate this. I hate this. I hate this. Okay, it's as close as it is going to get. The point here is that it goes on the bottom of the shoe, and you can pretty much even use this as a stand and not with the clamp that is included to hold the figure up. But this was the most tedious process of this whole figure so far, is getting this stupid thing inside his shoe. Kids, do not put holes in your shoes. They don't work. I don't know what you're doing, but whatever it is, it won't work. In addition, Seto Kaiba is one of the special figures, just like Yugi. So only the humans will come with this, with the original The Dark Side of Dimensions card. So it's to really display that these figures are from this particular series. It comes with a little stand, very simple, straightforward. You insert the card into the stand. Probably did that backwards. Did I do it backwards? Of course I did it backwards. There we go, but it stays very well. So you can easily display this in the back of whatever scene that you're trying to portray with all of your figures, or just hang it up somewhere. Anyway, you get a cool card with it. This is the point. Congrats to you all. And finally, you have your clamp stand. Very simple, very straightforward. Comes with the base, comes with what I like to call the stick that kind of wiggles around in many different dimensions, and you have the clamp. Easy to install. You just insert the bottom into the base here. And I've complained about this with the Dark Magician and Yugi in particular, is that the stick part really doesn't fit into the base well. Whenever I would turn it upside down, it would easily fall out. This one fits very well, so they must have fixed whatever problem was going on. And then finally, to cap this all off, put the clamp at the top, and there you go. Simple stand and very stable. I really like the clamp stands. So the clamp will go around the waist of Seto Kaiba and can easily support his weight. There we go. Simple, perfect, excellent. So that is everything that comes with this particular figure. Now I am going to go take some pictures with Seto Kaiba, as well as all the other Vulcanlog Yu-Gi-Oh! Characters that have come up to this point, in different poses, different scenes, different hilariousness, whatever I plan to do. So for the next few seconds, enjoy these very fun to do poses of all the Vulcanlog characters, and mostly Seto Kaiba. Enjoy, and I will be back with you to give you my last few points. Guys, the Vulcanlog series of Yu-Gi-Oh! Is pretty much complete, unless for some reason they throw me a doozy and put out a Bakura figure, which I approve, a Vulcanlog. That would be excellent if you can do. So don't feel sad, everyone. Obviously, I have so many more unboxings to do, but this completes the Vulcanlog series for now. Hopefully you guys love this unboxing. If you did, give it a like. Even better, subscribe to me. I would love you until the end of time. You guys are amazing. I always enjoy entertaining you all, and even introducing to you guys new figures, new anime, new cosplays, any type of help that I can give you all, as well as just entertain you. For those of you who got any of these figurines, put a shout out down at the bottom. Give me your thoughts, your opinions, which one of these you like the most. I must say, I think the Blue Eyes might be my favorite out of these, which is kind of odd. Usually I would go for one of the humans, but I think the paint job and just the setup of the Blue Eyes is amazing, and I love taking pictures of this particular figure because the shadow in the background is just so stellar. I would have to say Yugi would be my least favorite, which is very disappointing. I think it's because of I had joint problems with him. They were really stiff, had to put some oil on him, but also the paint job in particular. Unlike the rest of the three figures, he doesn't really have any shiny metallic paint that goes with him. He's kind of more on the doll side. Sorry, Yugi. And that concludes this unboxing for today, guys. So if you are interested in any of these figures, check the description in the bottom. Check around hobby search amiyami.com for your best prices and for authentic figures. But good luck, especially with the Blue Eyes. I know he's sold out in many places, but still a chance you can get him. So go on out now. Not joking. Thanks for joining me, guys, and I will see you during the next unboxing. Yami Sorceress is out.